Hello everyone, I'm Cesar and I'm back with another build for Path of Exile, and this one is a Glacial Hammer Champion. So I'm playing this build on solo self-found, but this is not the most solo self-found friendly build out there, because I'm using two uniques, which are rather important. One of them is Heatshiver, which you might have heard that it might be OP, and it kind of is. It is really strong because basically we gain a lot of cold damage as extra fire damage against frozen and chill enemies. And it's very easy to freeze and chill enemies with big cold hits. The other unique is Perseverance, which combined with our Ascendancy champion, it is very strong because we get free onslaught and we get a lot of attack damage. Since we're using grace and determination. So this character is decently tanky. We have good defenses, 100% spell suppression, um, try to get good chaos resistance as well. It is important, especially since we are melee. We have a lot of armor and evasion with everything up, with our flasks and molten shell. 49k armor, 55k evasion. So it is quite beefy. Our life pool is not very high, 3.7k life. It's a bit low actually, but um, I'm not really dying while mapping, so I decided to keep it a bit low, the life pool, and invest a bit more into damage on the passive tree. So our ascendancy is champion. First, you want to get fortify. Right? This the first lap. Second lap should be these two. Third lap should be inspirational for some R effect, and banner has no mana reservation. And then your last lap, this one, first strike, last fall, which is surprisingly a decent ascendancy defensively. When you hit low life, when you are less than half your life, you hit low life, you recover a good amount of life and you gain adrenaline, which gives you a good amount of damage, movement speed, physical damage reduction, which is nice. We are a crit build, so you want and a two-handed build, so you want to get crit nodes like this one, and two-handed nodes as well like this one. Of course, we deal cold damage. We're using Glacial Hammer, so anything that gives you Physa's extra cold damage, it is very nice. Or cold damage penetration. And here as well. And we are using a couple of clusters. A medium cluster you will a crit one with basics of pain and pressure points because they are very strong nodes. And a small mana reservation efficiency cluster. If you don't have the small mana reservation efficiency cluster, basically you will not manage to feed one of your auras, which will probably be great. So yeah, try to get a mana reservation cluster so you can feed Grace and you get a bunch of damage and decent and more defenses, right? Motivation. Your gear, apart from the uniques, should be life, resistances, chaos resistance is very important. Try to get it. It's not the easiest to get, but try to get it. Stats, intelligence, and strength. A +1 amulet if you can. With the anoint. The anoint is very good. Counterweight. And you need to get some suppression on either your gloves, boots, or body armor. Because we get 76% spell suppression from the tree. So you need to get the remaining 24 on your gear. Eldritch implicits are very good, especially the ones on the gloves. You get cold exposure and freezes spread. on boots you can get a bit more damage with face as extra cold, and the body armor our effect. The weapon, it is very important in this build. I decided to go for a staff because I found this nice base and I was able to craft a very solo cell phone friendly craft, using a fractured base, alt and regal to get some good prefixes, and then multimod. You have two options. You can get a pure physical weapon, or you can get flat gold as one of your prefixes. Well, both are good for this build. And then for the links, you can check that in the PoE, which is in the description of the video. So yeah, leveling with this build, you can start leveling from level 1. That's what I did. At level 1, it is really bad. It gets good at level 8, when you can buy the melee splash support gem. You can equip it at level 8 and basically makes your clear not garbage. And then you can get replace the melee splash on the passive tree here, get ascend the mastery, and later on equip multi-strike, and you will have good clear. And this character is a very decent mapper, since we basically freeze everything. It is also not bad for bossing. I have killed Shaper. I also did the Shaper Guardian invitation, and also the Elder Slayer's invitation. So yeah, you can definitely do some bosses. Not the fastest at doing bosses, but it's not bad. Just remember to drop your ancestral war chief and keep moving. And keep hitting the boss. Also, mana shouldn't really be an issue, since Glacial Hammer costs a low amount of mana compared to spells, for example. And also we have access to Leech. Remember to get this point. For 1 point in the passive tree you can get life and mana Leech, which is enough to sustain. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this build. So I will stop talking here. I will leave you with the map showcase so you can see the build, and this time you will actually be able to see the build better because I got a new computer, which is nice. I'm no longer the 144p gamer. So that's useful. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.
do this just yet.
Are you sure about that one? Seems risky.